Thanks, Gregor. Question for Mathieu, please. Mathieu, I mean, how are you viewing this opportunity to chase the cup again with this group?
Yeah, that's exciting. Anytime you get in the playoffs, it's a chance at winning the Stanley Cup. So that's how I see it. I'm very excited for this opportunity, and we'll see where this takes us.
We'll go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Thanks, Gregor. Mathieu, based on the stats and the season series, a lot of people might say you don't stand a chance. What do you say to them?
That's fine. I mean, we know what we can do. I think we love the way we played our last couple of games there at the end of the season, where everything we do is towards the team success. There's no more my own stats going around. It's all about the team, and in the playoffs, that's what you need. So I can see our team go out, and if everybody plays that way, then we have a chance against anybody.
We'll go back to Paul Friesen for a follow-up. Go ahead, Paul.
Just want to throw that one to Neal as well. What makes you think you guys have a good chance?
Well, we have our own inner belief and our own systems, and we know that we're good enough to win. We know that if we play our best game, we can beat anyone on any given night. Now, that's a lot easier said than done, but like I said, there's a lot of inner belief that we can do it.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
This is for Mathieu. When you look at tape at Connor McDavid as you guys get ready for this series, have you come up with a plan, or have you come up with what you think is what he's been able to do against you guys, and why you think you can stop him? Or can you stop him?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to get in his way. That's what we're going to try to do. There's definitely no cheating offensively when he's on the ice. You're always reloading. You're trying to stay above him and get in his way. Everybody's got to be aware when he's out there, and we will be doing that. So this is kind of the one way I can see we can slow him down. You just every time he gets on the ice, someone gets in his way, and no one's cheating offensively when he's on the ice.
We'll go back to Jeff Hamilton for a follow-up. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, for Neal. Neal, a lot of people will say, and I've seen this, maybe it's the armchair GMs or maybe whatever, but they talk about Connor McDavid and the idea of just hitting him, this idea of hitting him, that is if it hasn't run through teams' minds. And I'm just curious, how difficult is it to catch a guy like Connor McDavid, given his speed, to actually just hit him?
Yeah, it's really difficult because he's arguably the best player in the world, if not the best player in the world. So you have to respect that. But at the same time, you don't want to give him too much time and space. So certainly can't run around at him because he'll make you look like an idiot, and he'll score and get a lot of chances along with that. So you have to manage it, and like I said, you have to respect him, but at the same time, try to take as much time and space as possible.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. This question is for Mathieu. In the scheme of playoff runs that you've been on with Winnipeg, I feel like in 2018, you were the new kids on the block in a lot of ways. In 2019, there was so much pressure from the beginning of the season. Last year was weird, and then this is its own animal. How would you compare this year to the ones in years past in terms of the vibe around the room and yourself?
It's different. I think it's more closer to the 2018, I would say, in a way that we know when we play a team game, hard game, and we do all the details, we can compete against anybody. The year after that, we ran into a team that was the hottest team in the NHL going to the playoffs, and we gave them a good run, and we just couldn't find a way to win the game. But this year, I really like, honestly, like I said, the last couple of games we played the season, the style that we played was what gives us the best chance of winning, and I feel like when we play that way, we have definitely a good chance.
We'll go next to Tim Campbell from NHL.com. Go ahead, Tim.
Question for Neal. Neal, your first postseason experience last year didn't last very long, but what revelations did you get out of that experience in Edmonton?
I think the biggest thing is we got to come out with that intensity and that physicality. I thought last year maybe Calgary outmatched us in that aspect a little bit, but hopefully we learned our lesson this year. And like I said, come out with that intensity and physicality, but also we have to play smart too, because can't just be running around and looking for those huge hits. We have to play smart, but combine the two together.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. This question's for Mathieu. Mathieu, you've mentioned a couple times liking the team's game the last little bit down the stretch here. That Toronto game was, they iced two players who probably aren't going to be in the playoffs on that top line. Calgary sounds like everyone believes they were a no-show in that game. Back-to-backs against Vancouver. I'm wondering, from the outside, people are going to look and wonder how much those games matter down the stretch to those teams that were playing in them. And I'm wondering if there's enough of a cross sample or what it is that you were able to see in those games that give you guys the confidence in that game and that game will work in the playoffs.
It was the way our guys played. It wasn't really who we played. It was the fact that guys were not forcing plays. They were not cheating. They were making the right decisions. They were making sure the puck was out of our net. We were changing at the right times. Those were the details that kind of slipped away from us this stretch that we were struggling. And then when we go back to that, the minutes was more what it should look like. And everybody had a piece of the game. So this is what I felt was what made us successful. And this is what I see us hope that we can do in the playoffs. And this is the way we're going to have success in the playoffs.
And final question to Patrick Henry from Radio Canada. Go ahead, Patrick.
Mathieu, les deux matchs que vous avez gagnés contre les Oilers cette année, vous avez marqué 6 buts. As-tu l'impression que c'est ce que ça prend pour les battre ou vous allez vous présenter plutôt avec une mentalité défense first?
Ouais, ça va être défensif en premier, c'est certain. Ce que je viens de mentionner, c'est les détails de faire des chiffres courts, s'assurer que quand la rondelle est sur ton bâton, tu la mets à la bonne place, tu n'essaies pas de forcer rien qui n'est pas là, des jeux au hasard, on n'en fait pas. Tout le monde prend son gars, tu bloques des lancers, tu fais les détails comme ça. Puis quand on fait ça, on a une équipe qui est très ardue puis qui est capable d'avoir du succès de cette façon. C'est comme ça qu'on a nos chances de marquer par la suite. Donc, c'est ce qu'on va emmener dès le premier match.
We'll go to Patrick for a follow-up. Go ahead, Patrick.
Vous êtes le négligé dans cette série-là. Est-ce que tu aimes ce rôle-là?
Ouais, ben tu sais, ça, négligé, ça, c'est plus vous, les médias, qui mettent ça nous dans la chambre. On ne se sent pas de même du tout. On comprend que c'est une bonne équipe, mais nous, on a confiance que quand on amène le style de jeu puis le travail ardu, on a le talent pour nous aussi marquer des buts puis de se défendre. On a un gardien qui est, pour nous, le meilleur gardien de la Ligue nationale. Donc, tu mets tout ça ensemble, nous, on a vraiment on croit vraiment qu'on peut gagner puis faire un bon bout de chemin.